or an audience could be 5 people. It doesn't have to be 100, right?
Right.
How can you read your audience's body language in terms of body language? So I've done a lot of these workshops and public speaking events, and one of the things when you walk into a room, Shelley, is that you immediately feel the energy of the room, right?
Yeah.
If there's tension in the room, or the audience love the facilitator, you know it immediately, right?
Yep.
So from that aspect, I wanted to understand, anyone in this room, or when you're speaking to an audience, or an audience could be 5 people, it doesn't have to be 100, right?
Right.
How can you read your audience's body language? Are there any tips or tools that you can share with us?
Yeah, so there are a couple things that you can do. First and foremost, though, I don't want you to overthink it, because if you start really overthinking your audience and start reading them, you may kind of trip up on your presentation itself, right? So that's the first thing. Like, don't overthink it. If it gets too complicated, don't even worry about it at all. The second thing, though, is to just look for kind of those cues of engagement that we talked about earlier. Like, are people sitting kind of open? Do they look like they're listening? This head tilt that people do sometimes is this universal sign of, I hear that. So if something's really interesting, you might see someone kind of tilt their head, and they're kind of taking that in then. So those are really great interest cues. In the Zoom meeting, it can be a little bit challenging because we only have this square and we have no idea what's going on behind someone. So, and we all know that we have animals, we have kids, all sorts of distractions out there that could be giving somebody some kind of weird body language cues. The other thing is just facial expressions as well, and head nods. So if someone's really nodding with what you're saying, like, they're definitely listening and they're kind of cueing into you. So all of those kind of engagement cues just help to kind of feed you and say, okay, these folks are listening.